Hello, welcome to review and check of lessons 7 and 8. In this lesson, we are going to do this general review for these two units and also check your self-assessment on the about the lesson, okay? Before you start doing the review though, I highly recommend that you can do the review for units 7 and 8 in grammar. So this would be pages 136. This page here, you are going to review the past tense for the verb to be and also the regular and irregular verbs. Okay? And then for lesson 8, you're going to review page 138, reviewing uh, the also the simple past, both verb to be and regular with irregular verbs. And you will also review the verb there to be in the present and in the past. Okay? So, to review vocabulary, you can start on page 53. Okay, in lesson 7a, you can review this vocabulary here for the word formation, the jobs that come from a verb or a noun. Okay, you can also go to page 55, so you can review here in vocabulary some past time expressions. Okay, and then when you finish this, you can move forward to page 160. You can review some expressions with the verbs go, have, and get. Okay, so after you finish reviewing unit 7, you can go to page 161. You can review the parts of the house, some prepositions of place and movement, and also review the irregular verbs. That is what we studied in this lesson, okay? So after you finish all this review, you can then go to this review lesson. So let's see here. It starts with the grammar. You are going to circle A, B, or C according to the correct answer, okay? Let's go. Pause the video and answer. All right, so let's check your answers now. You can now check together with me. I will do one by one so you can check if you did right. In number 1, we have Marilyn Monroe. Okay, Marilyn Monroe, an actress. It's past. She was. Marilyn Monroe was an actress. Number 2, where was. Where was Shakespeare born? It's also past. In number 3, the ticket's expensive. Tickets, plural. Therefore, we need to use were. Were the tickets expensive? In number 4, we have I watched a good movie on TV last night. You see, it's a time expression, so a past expression time. So we need to say I watched it. Letter A. In number 5, they didn't arrive at Stamford Bridge Stadium. Didn't arrive. When we use didn't, the verb is in the base form, okay? Number 6, we have we we went, okay? We went to Cusco 3 years ago. It's went, go in the past, okay? Number 8, when did you live in Los Angeles? Letter C. question with did. Number 9, we have letter B. I didn't see you at the party last night. Letter B. 10, letter A. What time did you get home? Letter A. 11, we have letter B. There is a big table in the living room. Number 12, we have letter B. How many bedrooms are there? Plural. Number 13, letter A. There aren't any pictures on the wall. Number 14, letter B. There were only 3 guests in the dining room. Number 15, letter C. How many people were there in the hotel? All right. Careful when you're using singular or plural with the verb there to be. Now, moving on to vocabulary, letter A. Complete the professions with er, or, ist, or in. Pause the video and answer. Okay, let's check your answers. We have here actor, 2, artist, 3, painter, 4, musician, 5, scientist. You reviewed this lesson. I bet you remembered that when the jobs they come from a verb, we usually use or okay, or er. The pronunciation is the same, is er. Okay, so actor and painter. When the job comes from a noun, then we need to use the end with ist, ian. Yeah, ist and em here in this case, okay? Now, moving on to letter B. Complete the phrases with have, go, or get. Pause the video and do it. Right? Let's check your answers. We have here then, have a good time, get an email, go or get away for the weekend. 4, get a taxi. And 5, have or get a sandwich. Okay. Now in letter C, complete the sentences with back, by, in, out, or to. Pause the video and answer. Alright, so let's check your answers now. I went out with my friends on Saturday night. They went home by car. What time did you get to the restaurant? 4, I was born in 1982. 5, after lunch, I went back to work. Okay, great. Now, in letter D, you're going to label the pictures. Pause the video and answer. Let's check your answers. Number 1, we have a sofa. 2, a bed. 3, an armchair. 4, a stove. And 5, a rug. Now, in letter E, write the prepositions. Pause the video and answer. Let's check your answers now. In number 1, we have behind. Number 2, next to. Number 3, up. 4, down. 5, on. Great. Now, moving on to pronunciation. A. Circle the word with a different sound. So let's check here. In number one, we have id. Which of these verbs we don't pronounce the id sound? Okay, so let's check your answers here. Do you remember the rule? Our rule is that when the verb ends in T or D, we can pronounce id. So the only verb here that doesn't end in T or D is live. That's why the pronunciation here is lived, only with the D sound. Lived. Okay? Wanted, waited, ended, lived. This is incorrect. Number two, the sound of the saw. Aw. All right, so let's see. We have here saw, walked, thought, could. So the word that doesn't belong here is could. Number three, the sound is eh, as in egg, egg. Pause the video and circle. Okay, so we have here heard, met, said, left. The incorrect word is heard. It's like the sound of the bird. Heard. Number four, we have the sound air, as in chair, chair, air. Circle the word with a different sound. Okay, so here we have near, there, where, stairs. The different sound is near. Five, we have the H sound. Ha, ha, house. Circle the different sound. Ha, heat, hour, behind. So the different sound here is hour. Now, moving on to activity B, underline the stress syllable. So let's go. Pronounce each of these words and circle the stress syllable. Let's check your answers now. Uh, musician, musician, ago, yesterday, between, fireplace. So let's check. We have here musician, ago, yesterday, between, and fireplace. Perfect. Great. If you have still questions about any of these exercises, please review the lessons or let me know. I'll be happy to help. Let's move on now to next page, page 67. Can you understand this text? You are going to now pause the video, read this text about Sherlock Holmes, about the man who wrote Sherlock Holmes, and then you're going to answer true or false for these questions here. Pause the video and do it. All right. So now I'm going to read the text here together with you. The man who wrote Sherlock Holmes. Arthur Conan Doyle was born in Edinburgh on May 22nd, 1859. He studied medicine at Edinburgh University, and as a student, he began writing short stories. He became a doctor in the south of England, but at first he didn't have many patients. So, in his free time, he began writing stories about a very smart detective, Sherlock Holmes. Conan Doyle based Holmes's personality on one of his university professors. Holmes, who lived at 221B Baker Street in London, is famous for solving difficult crimes. Um, and difficult crimes and mysteries using his great intelligence. The Sherlock Holmes stories soon became very popular, but in 1893, Conan Doyle became tired of his detective and decided to kill him. In the final problem, Sherlock Holmes and his enemy, Professor Moriarty die when they fall off the Reichenbach Reichenbach Falls in Switzerland. But people were very unhappy to lose Sherlock Holmes, and there were letters in many newspapers asking him to come back. Finally, in 1901, Conan Doyle brought him back in a new story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. He explained that Holmes did not die in the Reichenbach Falls, but miraculously survived. Conan Doyle died on July 7th, 1930, but Sherlock Holmes continues to live both in the stories and in many movie versions. Recently, he was the inspiration of the character Dr. Gregory House in the TV series. Okay, so check out the words you didn't know. Make sure you understand all these highlighted words as well. Check in a dictionary. Okay, and then answer these questions here. So let's see. Number one, Arthur Conan Doyle was Scottish, but he worked in England. It is true. Number two, he started writing stories about Sherlock Holmes while at university. This is false. Check the text and underline the phrase that shows why this statement is false. Number three, Conan Doyle lived at 221B Baker Street in London. This is false. Number four, in 1893, he didn't want to write more Sherlock Holmes' stories. This is true. 5. Sherlock Holmes didn't die in Austria. This is true. And number 6. Sherlock Holmes is very popular today. This is also true. Okay, so now you are going to review the text and check the meaning of these words in highlights, ok? Perfeito. Então aqui, assim que você terminar de ler o texto e marcar ali verdadeiro ou falso, para todas as frases que você marcou falso, tente encontrar ali no texto, né, marcando o porquê que ela é falsa, com a explicação, né, com a versão verdadeira. Okay? All right. Now, moving to, can you understand these people? On the street, watch or listen to 5 people and answer the questions. Now, you are going to watch the video and then answer these questions here. First, don't look at the exercise, just focus on what people are saying, okay?
Where were you born?
I was born in Cairo, Egypt.
Do you have family there?
Yes, I do.
Where do you live now?
I live in New York.
Did you go out last weekend?
Yes, I did.
What did you do?
On Friday, I went to a restaurant with some friends, and on Saturday, I went to a club with some other friends.
What's your favorite room in your house?
The kitchen.
Can you describe it?
Sure, it's not that big. It's very cozy, which is what I like about it. And we have 2 refrigerators.
What's your favorite room in your house?
My bedroom.
Can you describe it?
It's big. It has a nice comfy bed and big windows.
What did you do yesterday evening?
Yesterday evening, I was quite tired, so I went home. I had dinner, and then I had quite an early night.
What time did you go to bed?
I went to bed at about 9:30.
All right, perfect. Now, watch again if necessary, okay? But here we have these questions. You are going to watch again and try to answer all these answers here, okay? All right, so let's check your answers. For Hiba, in number 1, we have letter C. Hiba was born in Cairo, Egypt. Polly went out for dinner on Friday. 3. Jenna likes her kitchen because it's not big. 4. Um, Phoebe's bedroom is big. Okay, number 4, C. Yes, is big. And 5. Yesterday evening, Ben went to bed early. All right. Excellent. So now, the final part, you are going to check if you feel comfortable saying these things in English. Can you say 3 things about a famous, like dead person from your country? Can you say 5 things you did last week using past time expressions? 3. Can you say where and when you were born? 4. Can you ask your partner 5 questions about yesterday? In this case, you can write the 5 questions and then answer them out loud, okay? That's excellent. So congratulations. If you feel comfortable talking about these things, that means you could learn a lot in this past 2 units, okay? And if you have any questions, please try to focus on them. Review the lessons, redo the activities, and of course, I am here to help too. Now, to finish the lesson, we are going to watch a short movie about Edinburgh Castle. You will watch and enjoy the movie, okay? Try to understand. If you have any curiosities or any questions about vocabulary, please look them up.
Edinburgh is the capital city of Scotland. It is a very beautiful old city. About 400,000 people live in the city, and 6 million people visit every year. Every year in August, there is a festival in the city, with a lot of theatre, music, dance, and comedy.
Alive, but I think one of us is soon to get the chop.
The original city was built on the Royal Mile. This is a street in Edinburgh's Old Town. The Royal Mile is about 1.6 kilometres long. It starts at Holyrood Palace and finishes at Edinburgh Castle. It is called the Royal Mile because it connects two royal homes. The castle is nearly 1,000 years old. It stands on an enormous piece of volcanic rock and it looks down on the rest of the city. King David I of Scotland was the first king who built on the rock in about 1130. He built this chapel and named it Queen Mary's Chapel, after his mother. For the next 300 years, the castle was at the centre of wars between England and Scotland. In the 15th century, the castle became the home of the King of Scotland. Each new king added to the castle. In 1511, James IV built the Great Hall. In the 16th century, James VI added extra defences to the castle entrance. In the 18th century, Scotland officially became part of the United Kingdom. The last battle at the castle was in 1745 when Prince Charles Edward Stuart, who was nicknamed Bonnie Prince Charlie, tried to capture the castle. In the early 19th century, the castle was a prison, but it is now a tourist attraction. About 1.25 million people visit the castle every year. They come to see the buildings and to hear the stories. They also come to see and hear the 1 o'clock gun. Soldiers fire this every day at exactly 1 o'clock. But they really come for the views of the city of Edinburgh.
That's right. Very interesting. Thank you very much. Have a great review and see you next class. Bye bye.